The first parasite wasn't supposed to be there. A technician in Madrid held a frozen fillet beneath a lamp and saw a faint curl inside the muscle. A thin, white coil, perfectly intact, and a product that had already passed its parasite destruction step. Not frost. Not a crack. A living organism that should have died months earlier. Within days, more samples revealed the same pattern. And soon, hospitals across Spain began reporting diners with sudden, knife-like abdominal pain, symptoms so sharp that several were initially treated for appendicitis. Doctors found larvae coiled in stomach tissue, still recognizable, still present, inside fish that had been labeled parasite-free. This wasn't one bad batch. It was the first visible fracture in a system Europe believed was airtight. From 2008 to 2018, recalls linked to Anisakis appeared across Spain, Italy, Portugal, the Netherlands, and even northern ports. Some involved only a few pallets. Others crossed borders and entered sushi supply chains unnoticed. The irony was painful. Europe had some of the strictest parasite control rules in the world. Raw intended fish must be frozen at temperatures lethal to Anisakis, usually around -20 degrees Celsius, for days, or lower for quicker kill times. Every lot needed logs, cycle records, and certification. On paper, these protections looked unbreakable. But the larvae weren't dying. Because the system wasn't failing occasionally, it was failing predictably, in small ways that hid inside paperwork. Investigators learned that several processors overloaded freezers to push more product through. When air cannot circulate around tightly stacked fish, cold never reaches the core. Surface probes showed compliant temperatures, while interior sections remained several degrees warmer. Warm enough for parasites to survive. One Spanish processor, linked to multiple recalls between 2010 and 2015, had freezing cycles too short for the volume of hake and mackerel they were running. Their logs were complete, neat, and formatted correctly. But when auditors asked for validation studies, none existed. The equipment had never been tested under real processing loads. Italy followed with its own recalls. Imported anchovies, destined for marinated dishes and sushi counters, tested positive for larvae. Inspectors found freezing cycles incompatible with the size of the containers. Records showed treatment durations that could only have killed parasites if loads were 1/3 the documented weight. Dutch authorities issued notices for contaminated mackerel. Portugal flagged sardines and horse mackerel. Each recall told the same story. Parasite destruction was being verified by logs, not by science. Then came the reversal that changed the tone of the investigation. Some plants weren't falling behind because of equipment limitations. They were intentionally shortening cycles to meet surging demand for sushi-grade fish. A few minutes shaved here, a slightly denser load there, and the system had the illusion of compliance. Yet parasites don't respond to illusions. They respond to temperature at the deepest point of the muscle. In labs, analysts found larvae embedded millimeters below the surface, arranged in patterns that told a simple story. The exterior froze, the core did not. Under a microscope, their shape was unmistakable. Straight when frozen, coiled when revived by warmth. Some were still capable of movement, a silent indictment of every freezing cycle that never reached its intended lethality. For consumers, the consequences were immediate. A man in Valencia sought medical help hours after eating sushi, convinced the pain was food poisoning. Doctors instead extracted a larva lodged near his stomach lining. Similar cases emerged across southern Europe. Symptoms varied: stabbing pain, allergic reactions, vomiting, but the failure chain behind them was consistent. Regulators eventually stepped in with coordinated audits. What they found revealed a deeper contradiction. Freezers were compliant on paper, yet had never been validated with actual load mapping. Temperature probes were placed where readings looked best, not where risk was highest. Some plants lacked diagrams showing airflow, container density, or core penetration studies. In several cases, operators admitted they didn't fully understand the kill parameters required for parasite destruction. But the recalls did something important. They shattered the assumption that freezing rules alone could guarantee safety. They forced suppliers to perform true validation studies, not just record temperatures. They pushed distributors to demand scientific evidence, not just signed certificates. They shifted pressure away from formality and toward physics, toward minutes, degrees, and core temperatures that no signature can replace. Even now, the risk hasn't disappeared. Thousands of tons of fish move through Europe's cold chain every year. Any drift, a freezer overloaded, a pallet left on a warm dock, a cycle restarted after a power fluctuation, can create the perfect survival pocket for Anisakis. Somewhere tonight, another batch is freezing. A cycle begins. A log is filled out. Whether those fish are truly safe depends on a simple question. Did the cold reach the core? Because in the saga of Europe's decade-long recalls, one truth echoes beneath every perfect slice of sushi. Danger doesn't announce itself. It hides in silence, waiting for the smallest break in the chain.